With this video, we will be doing hip-hop. We have an age problem. If you want to help this channel and the content that we making, please help support our merchandise. The link is in the description. If you didn't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. Try and get the channel to grow. And the only way we're going to do this if you like, share, and comment on the content. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Chi, get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Whether it's old heads hating on the new generation of rappers,
You nice.
Yeah, I'm good.
Y'all get to like 27, 28, and y'all niggas get to struggling, and y'all be trying to come back
tell
and
you
find
what,
that sound.
I ain't gonna struggle, bro.
All right, we're gonna see.
or legends like Nas and Eminem,
That's a hater comment. On every level of what a hater comment is, he already telling when you turn 27, 28, you're going to be struggling. He said, I'm not going to be struggling. We'll see. And that's what they talking about with the old heads, talking down on the younger generation.
Yeah, I remember that. That's from like years ago.
Yeah.
And it didn't age well.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember he was saying he was like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a rock star.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But like, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, I don't know how Ebro didn't get punched in his ish by now, because he be running his mouth to the younger kids like they just supposed to take it because you're an elder statesman. No one's going for disrespect, whether you're old or younger. It doesn't matter.
Right. Everybody voiced their opinion, but like people still, they stand on what they believe.
not willing to hang up the mic as 50-year-olds, hip-hop fans are genuinely concerned about what will happen when the current kings of the genre decide to ride off into the sunset. And how will rap survive when the stars that should have been waiting in their wings are far less respected than the rappers who came before them? It's your boy Luesta, and today we're investigating hip-hop's age problem. As a genre that thrives on aggression, ambition, and the desire to be the best, veterans have always acknowledged that there would come a time where they would have to make way for the stars of tomorrow.
I think that rap in particular is a young man's sport, that I'll move out of that white hot space. But rap is about the gift of discovery.
Right.
To be the cool person in school, you have to know the newest music,
Yeah.
the newest dance move,
Right.
have the newest clothing on. So rap is based on that. What's new?
With the fame that they cemented for
That's a fact, because rap is always changing. The style of raps that people want to listen to, the style of clothes people wearing, even the hairstyles change with the hip hop. So it's forever changing. Whoever can keep up with that the most is going to be whoever going to be able to stay relevant the longest.
Yeah, because hip hop is constantly evolving. It's
Yes.
breathing. It's living.
Yes. Yeah.
Like even the people that, even the person that people want to listen to
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what they talking about right now.
Yeah.
It come a time when it's like, all right,
I gotta
you've heard
move
enough.
on.
I gotta move on.
Facts.
themselves, today's rap legends aren't going to suddenly disappear off the face of the earth. In the perfect world, those who aim to remain relevant would gracefully take a step back and allow the new generation their moment in the spotlight. This is something that legends such as Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, LL Cool J, and other heavyweights
What I can say about today's comment, the legends have took a step back, but it seemed like the younger generation wasn't really doing anything with it. So it seemed like the older generation are now coming back into the game.
Yeah, they feeling the void because they started seeing things disappear.
Yeah, like you see Missy Elliott, Buster Rhymes, and Sierra on tour. Like the older generation is coming back in the game.
Yeah, because they putting on shows.
Yeah, Nas just dropped some stuff and it was some heat.
Yeah.
did for up-and-coming rappers in the past. However, this certainly wasn't enough for the last generation of hip-hop. Instead, we have people like Lil Uzi Vert saying, shout out to all the young rappers, remember the old must die, back in February of 2018. Now, it shouldn't be surprising this was the energy they were giving off at the time, being that veterans like Joe Budden were openly criticizing and disrespecting new rappers like Lil Yachty in interviews for not showing enough respect for the genre's roots.
I feel like the new generation is the outcast, but I feel like I'm the top outcast.
Let me tell you something, right? Now that's interesting. That's bullshit.
Even legends like Eminem were name-dropping and calling out.
See, it's like a newer generation. They think you're supposed to do what people did before you. Like Joe Budden was on Lil Yachty Hills because he didn't study hip hop. He didn't know all of Biggie's verses or Tupac verses. He didn't go the way that he went. He was like, yo, I made a lot of money in this. I'm doing it my way, so I'm gonna continue to do it my way. And some people think you should study who came before you. It's kind of like reactions. I didn't really study who came before me and what they did. I just got into it and started working. It seemed like that's what Lil Yachty did. He just picked up the mic and just started working and just went from there.
Yeah, but like I remember like at that time, I can't timestamp it exactly, but I remember at that time that's when everybody was talking about all the mumble rap.
Yeah.
But like after that specific interaction, like Yachty actually got on his writing.
Yeah, he been writing for everybody. City Girls. We just seen some reference tracks from Drake. So if you doing Drake's music, you're a pretty good ghostwriter.
Yeah, things changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Tons of new rappers in his songs for being cheap imitations of the greats that came before them.
Finger bang, chicken wang, DJK, you can say Lil Pump, Lil Xan, imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game, pick a name.
And as the so-called mumble rap era began to pop off, guys like Vince Staples went as far as to express their disgust for rapping past the age of 40, saying that he felt as if his lyrics simply wouldn't resonate with his audience once he's past that age. Perhaps it's not what older...
Well, people need to understand, as you age, your audience ages with you, because they're at the age when they're listening to you. But as you get older, your audience, they age with you. So for you to think that people won't listen to you at 40 is just crazy, because we're seeing all that stuff being killed. Like, you see Eminem still, people still interested in his music. You still see 50 Cent went on a tour, sold out every show, and the list goes on and on of people older and doing their thing out here still in music.
Because people are more focused on, is this something I would enjoy listening to? Is this something I want to see in concert, as opposed to, is it just new?
Yeah, and you know, Kanye West just had a #1. I'm not sure how old he is, but ain't he like close to 50?
I'm not sure how old he is, but I know he ain't young.
Yeah, and he just had a #1 album.
MCs want to hear. But the history of hip-hop continues to reveal that it has a vendetta against rappers past a certain age. For instance, back when Soulja Boy and Ice-T were beefing back in the day, what was the first thing he did? Well, take a look for yourself.
This nigga Ice-T old as fuck. My great-grandfather.
In today's game, things couldn't be more different. Not only are many of the icons from the 90s still relevant, but the current 3 leading rappers, Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, are all on the wrong side of 30. This is a complete 180 from the rest of rap history, as for so long, no one wanted to hear grown people rapping. Seeing multi-millionaire family men continue to lead the charge goes against everything that we're used to. And strangely, nobody is willing to acknowledge this, other than someone like Andre 3000, who stands out as somewhat of an anomaly.
Like even now, like people think, oh man, he's just sitting on raps, or like he's just holding these raps hostage. Like I ain't got no raps like that. Like it actually feels, sometimes it feels inauthentic for me to rap, because I don't have anything to talk about in that way. Like I'm 48 years old, and not to say that age is a thing that dictates what you rap about, but in a way it does.
Despite a massive outcry from his fans begging for...
Like, I seen that interview with Andre 3000. He was making like a lot of good points. He was just saying, I'm older, my lifestyle would change. I wear the same clothes almost every day. I just walk around all day playing the flute. I wash my clothes in a laundromat by putting quarters in there. So he said, if I go in the booth and rap, I'm being authentic, because I'm not really rapping when I'm living. Like, my life is boring. I'm chilling. I'm staying out of the way. I'm just walking around playing a flute all day. So to go in the booth and have to spit something that's untrue, I'm not really with it.
Right, and then you can't do nothing but appreciate that.
You have to appreciate it. And then he was saying, like, I'm older. They be in the studio smoking weed. I don't even want to be around that stuff no more. I don't even like being in the studio now, because my life has changed. I don't want to be around smoke all day just to make a song.
New music, Andre 3000 has been largely absent from the rap game for years now. People lose their minds and hope that just maybe his debut solo album would be on the horizon. But at every turn, he's expressed his issues with rapping as a middle-aged man and finding the inspiration required to do it.
I'm trying to figure out where do I sit, you know? I don't even know what I am, and maybe I'm nothing. Maybe I'm not supposed to be anything. Maybe, you know, my history is kind of handicapping in a way.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to find out what makes me feel the best right now.
Yes.
And what makes me feel the best is when I just do these random kind of instrumental kind of things. You know, they make me feel the most rebellious.
This may explain his choice to make a...
He said, what people used to like from me, I'm not that no more. It's from when I'm hearing him, what it sound like, he can't even get in the creative process. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know how to be creative anymore, is what it sound like to me when I'm hearing him talk.
Because it sound like he don't want to be... He don't want to feel like he's recreating something.
Yeah.
He wants to be creative.
Create something new. That's
how
he always been.
Yeah, so he's like, where do I draw this from?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
That's a bad place to be.
Dedicated flu album rather than something rap oriented. But Andre has also explained that he's concerned with following the footsteps of many MCs from previous generations who constantly fail with new projects.
Even just the origin of the word hip hop. First you have to be hip. And the older you get further away from the hipness. I mean,
Right.
Facts.
Right. You're making great points.
You still winning big at Chumba Casino?
Absolutely. Have you
you can know what's going on, but you know, there's always new slang, there's always new rhythms, new patterns, all that kind of stuff. And once you start trying to imitate that thing, I mean, people see it, man, you know, and it becomes embarrassing at a point. Right. And this is just my personal opinion. Like I, you know, just feel like I, you know, wouldn't have much to offer, you know, to the game after a certain point.
For a long time, most rappers would have agreed with Andre, but yet something strange happened. Not only were rappers unprepared to let go of the fame and fortune, but fans weren't ready to let them hang it up either. Most of all, the lack of replacements was unsettling for both sides. As a result, a major disruption in hip-hop's normal functions had been formed, which presents a huge problem only a few short years away. As recently as the mid-2010s, retirement was still considered the inevitable end to a hip-hop career. After starting his artistry as a teenager, Lil Wayne publicly declared that he'd be hanging up the mic long before he hit 40.
I always said I ain't want to do this no more after 35. I ain't want to do it no more after 35. So.
And even though his fans on his subreddit claim that they think it's time for him to call it quits, stating that his low energy and health complications are signs that he would be better off just sticking to features, Wayne has proved everything he could and then some. A whole 13 years after he stated his retirement plan, the 41-year-old Weezy is still going strong in the game, and even critiqued Andre 3K's view on older rappers as very depressing.
It's like when you always trying to predict the future, you just feel like you'll be at a certain place at a certain age. I know a lot of people have said like, oh, by the time I'm 25, I want to have a house, I want to be married, I want to have a car, I want to have a career, and then 25 get here and you're nowhere close to even being in that position, but you were just predicting it from the age you was at, and it looked like that's what he did. He tried to predict where he'd be at 35. When he would turn 35, he wasn't all the way where he wanted to be, and he kept going.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people think exactly, I'm going to be doing this, but you know what I'm saying? Actually end up in another direction, and it didn't end up in a bad way.
Yeah, not at all.
But I feel like that's why you gotta stay in it though too. I feel like you can't be too far removed.
I also thought that may be a downfall by staying in it, because you may, at our age, you may hear what's going on and feel like I'm so out of that.
I'm so out.
I ain't about to drop nothing. I'm not about to. So that's why I say I don't listen. Just go in my little hole.
It's true to you though.
Yeah,
and it's just,
I love what I do. Put it out and swing for the fences, man.
To Wayne, he's at a place in his career where he can simply rap for fun, whilst also knowing that there will always be a fan base ready to listen whenever he drops. But it's fair to say that despite his legendary status, Tunechi hasn't been at the top of the game since, at best, the Carter 5 back in 2018. He's more known for his iconic features rather than his own body of work these days. The problem with legends like Wayne sticking around is that it's taught the big three of modern hip-hop that they don't need to make an exit anytime soon. For instance, back in 2016, Drake put the same deadline on his rap career as his Young Money mentor did, which he expressed in songs like Western Road Flows.
I'm assuming everybody's 35 and under. That's when I'm planning to retire, man. It's already funded.
Before that, he told Complex that rapping is...
That's talking heavy. I plan.
Man, it's already funded.
So I already got the money put away, so at 35, just go ahead and hang up the cleats.
Yeah.
About being young, doing your thing, and being fly. Before then alluding to a time when singing, rather than spitting, would be his focus down the road.
It's a direction that I can't wait to go. I mean, I'm really looking forward at some point, not right now, because I feel like I obviously have a couple more rap albums to make, but I'm looking forward to giving you that moment, you know, my version of whatever, you know, like I remember hearing 808s. I'm looking forward to giving you my version of like a full singing record.
What's his name? Elliot Wilson. That's the guy that Drake now said, yo, you banned. You can't come to Canada. I was once rocking with you, but during the Kendrick Lamar beef, you said some stuff I ain't like. Don't come back to Canada.
Real talk.
One day.
Drake is now 37 years old, and similar to Wayne, he too went back on his word.
I know you said on Western Road.
Shit, he took the $400 million deal after 35. You didn't went back on his word. You know what I'm saying?
Them zeros look good.
Yeah, I just signed a $400 million deal. I'm gonna be rapping way past 35.
I'm gonna keep rapping.
Facts.
With flows that you're gonna retire at 35. But is that your reality? Retiring at 35?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
I think when I was like 20 something, it sounded better.
That's what I said. When you're younger, you just projecting where you think you're gonna be at in life, and then when you get there, you're not all the way where you thought you would be at that time.
Yeah, man, it sound good.
It sound real
that's
good.
What it be like, it sound good.
It sound
then
real
you be
good.
Like, man, life get the life.
Man, these bills ain't stopped coming in because I'm 35.
Yeah.
Facts. They like, oh, it's 35. I don't got no more bills. I done accumulated all this stuff. I got a hella bills now.
I just turned 33. I do have trouble thinking of myself rapping like past 40.
Even with one eye on retirement.
There he go again. He didn't learn from the first time.
Yeah.
Just stop putting a date on it. Just
Stop
go.
timestamping.
Yeah, stop timestamping it. Because then they going to pull it back like you said. When you're 40, you wouldn't. You're going to say the same thing. It sounded nice.
Yep.
Retirement, he can't help but churn out more creativity as if his work isn't finished.
I feel like I'm kind of introducing the concept in my mind of a graceful exit. Like, it's a really addictive, competitive space. I guess, like, what's left for me is just to find a way to gracefully, like, continue making projects that are extremely, like, interesting and hopefully cherished by people, and then to find the right time to say,
Starting today,
never a right time to
anyone
walk
can
away,
monetize with
man.
ads.
There's
As
never a
part
right
of
time
all
to
Beehive
say
Ad
goodbye.
Network. Thousands.
hey, like, I can't wait to see what the next generation does. I'll still be around to, like, you know, work with people or do a show here or there, but I'm not going to, like, force myself to compete. I would love to just see what the next generation does whenever that time is.
While Drizzy is in the process of engineering.
This remind me in that space Jay-Z was in around the Black album. He was just talking about, yo, I just want to step out the way to give the younger generation, give them more a limelight, because as long as I'm in it, it's always going to be about me. So let me step out so they can get some of that light.
Right, because it affects a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It affects drop times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All types of stuff, man.
Yeah, all
People
type of
just
stuff.
Be like, yeah, I'm gonna
I ain't dropping nowhere around Drake.
The perfect exit, fans go back and forth in a ruthless debate over the effect of his retirement. While some point to his age as a reason to call it quits, many struggle to accept his departure with the glaring absence of an artist to fill those shoes.
Drake can't retire just for music's sake, and this is gonna make me sound like an old hater, but this is the first time in rap history, in my opinion, that there hasn't been a solidified new generation of superstar. Like every single...
I agree with him. It's almost like the LeBron effect. It's like the NBA, people want LeBron to retire, but nobody's been that next star to take LeBron spot or to fill his shoes. And the same thing with rap. Like, people be saying, me and you talked about it too, people have been wanting Drake to disappear, but that's actually going to hurt music because he's actually filling a void, and with Drake not being there, it's going to be felt.
Well, like we was talking about the other day, a lot of the people who probably would have filled that void is gone. Like Triple X is gone, Juice WRLD's gone, Nip Hustle is gone, P&B is gone.
Pooh Shiesty, it's like they either dead or in jail. Just how it is, and it's crazy that it's like that. But we lost a lot. King Von, there's so many.
Yeah,
people
that's all the space fillers.
Pop Smoke, the list just keep going on and on. P&B Rock, it just go on and on. The people that was the next generation, it seemed like they got wiped out almost. It seemed like overnight.
Yeah,
facts.
Generation we've had, the biggest person could retire because we knew we had this next generation that was solidified. Now, I thought Lil Baby was that, and I'm not saying he's not, but it's shown that it may not be that case off his last album. This is the first time we won't have a new superstar solidified.
Right.
It could be argued that artists like Drake are holding up the process. For example, when Jack Harlow was tipped to be the next Drizzy, he got him featured on his song Churchill Downs, only for the word to say that he got absolutely washed on his own track. Besides that, what incentive does Drake have to quit? Alongside the fact that he's still selling out stadiums, people are constantly seeking new music from him. In layman's terms, the Sixth God has no incentive to back out, and he's not the only one finding himself in this predicament. Following the offseason, J. Cole, who makes up 1/3 of rap's big three, mapped out exactly what's coming next, with all roads leading to his album The Fall Off, which he hinted at dropping way back in 2018. Much like 3K, Cole's original plans for The Fall Off to be his final album came from self-preservation after he started feeling comfortable.
I had lost some of that bite. And I was trying to get that shit back. I'm like, yo, go write a fire verse, like with bars and boom, boom. And them shits was falling flat. And I was like, oh, you lost a step in this regard.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
That's the way I like the way he put it. He put it almost like a sports analogy. It's like when an athlete lose that first step, they're never the same player.
Never the same.
And he said when it came to writing the bars, I felt like, yo, I left a step, and that was a good analogy.
Good. It may.
Do you even want to keep going, or do you want to just like chill, go start a family?
Ask yourself.
And, like,
Start a family.
Just chill. Like, are you cool? Do you want to retire right now?
Despite laying out his exit from hip-hop, Cole has been rhyming at the top of his game. It's almost absurd that he was named as Complex's best living rapper in 2023, despite the fact that he didn't even release a project that year.
Crazy.
Regardless of where you stand on this accolade, the bottom line is that this should be impossible for a 39-year-old to pull off. With the world telling him that he's the best in the business, it's unsurprising that he's not walking back those retirement plans, which became evident on a recent snippet where he rhymed,
Yeah, said I was finished, but
I want to do another 2 summers.
After you're set up with your account, all you're gonna do is go up and hit the upload button.
I'm on another 2 summers. Hall of Famer hungrier than all the newcomers.
And the case is no different for the legendary Kendrick Lamar. While it seemed like he had moved out of the realm of picking fights, taking a more artistic approach with his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, K-Dot's recent shots at Cole and Drake are one of the biggest stories in hip-hop right now. With many viewing it as a testament to how fixated the game is on these long-standing idols, in a manner that greatly contrasts with our investment into new rappers. Kendrick is here to keep hip-hop alive. Hope he stays, we need more. Sure, we're all invested into the drama that came from Kendrick's verse on the song Like That. But for Kendrick to be the one to keep hip-hop alive, we should be well past the point where that's his responsibility. But at the moment, hip-hop's leading artists and their supporters are collectively unable to pave the way for a changing of the guard. Or, at the very least, just don't see where it's supposed to come from.
But it just seems like there's a lot of legends that are still around. Looking at the Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, the Kanye Wests, the Tyler, the Creators, the Nas's, all these people, I'm not personally ready as someone who's investing into the genre for them to take a bow and pass the torch on to the next set of industry leaders. Because I feel like the rap game would be on life support, bro. If you would remove all those names I just mentioned, and of course a couple of others that I didn't mention, but if you remove those legends and those established acts,
what do you have?
What do you have?
What are we really left with in terms of the mainstream?
The problem is that you need people to come in and occupy that space at the top of the industry to eliminate the reliance we've built on these legends. After all, Nas scooped up his first Grammy in 2021 and still raps at an elite level as he slowly teeters past the age of 50. Similarly, Eminem said that he wouldn't be releasing any music after the age of 50 way back in the year 2010. However, he's still going really strong today, which he claims is due to the love of the art and not knowing what else he should be doing after rapping.
I'm still trying to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I've been in the game, I'm always trying to figure out new flow patterns and new, you know what I'm saying? Like new cadences and shit. We're still trying to always get it right.
It's like people that played in NBA stuff. You still catch them at the YMCA balling. It's like what they did since I was a kid all my life. I still just like to just mess with the game.
Yeah, and it's fun when you mess with the game and see there's always a better way.
Yeah, it's new move. When I was coming up, we didn't have the step back three. Let me work on that. Let me work on that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Even Andre 3000 is caught up in this idea. Despite his recent comments that I discussed earlier in this video, he said that he would love the ultimate challenge of making a rap album at 48. Again, we find ourselves asking the question, where do we go from here? This issue has ironically surfaced at the time of hip-hop's middle-age milestone of 50 years. This feat exceeded expectations on its own, as rap's lifespan was supposed to be cut short a long time ago.
Because hip-hop was something that wasn't supposed to be here for this long. I'm sure you know, Big.
Yes, sir.
And the more we do that, the more they'll try to tear it down.
Now a serious multi-million-dollar business, rather than a trend meant to fade out of the mainstream, the infancy of hip-hop has always suggested that it's a field of creativity and development. But with Cole, Kendrick, and Drake still on top, that process has slowed to a halt without modern motivations to keep the fire burning bright. And what makes it worse is that when there's a potentially game-changing artist that enters the scene, like Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, or Pop Smoke, they sadly pass away for unforeseen circumstances.
we're just saying that.
For fans, it really does feel like the next big names were sadly taken away before they could reach their potential and contributed to this vacuum we're in right now. On top of the tragic loss of these high-potential candidates, the game is experiencing a drought of star-making periods like the trap or mumble rap boom. Instead, new artists are building fan bases at a gradual rate and trying to make themselves heard amongst the loads of competition.
Lamar Wilson here representing Ghetto Action News Network _ all lowercases.
No spaces.
You'll find us on Facebook, and when you do, leave some comments, share something else, and come back. All right, I'm going to get right into this.
Let's get it.
Is rap a young man's sport?
That's what they say.
So they say. But, you know, as time progresses, you know, people are really embracing the thought of if you love it and you're good at it, continue to do it.
Right.
And I'm glad that's really what's happening
Me
because, like we spoke about in the video, like a lot of the younger headliners that you thought was going to jump in and fill some of these voids, they're meeting an untimely demise or they locked up. You know, so it's good that we still have some of those older rap artists around and they still got talent.
Still got talent.
You know what I'm saying? Still to put music out and take these tours. But it's good to see that there is some young talent coming out. Like, what's my man, AJ?
Oh, Save AJ.
Save AJ. There's some young boys out here doing it, but hopefully they start pouring in a little more.
Yeah.
Because it does make you a little nervous about the genre all itself, you know what I mean, to see it like trailing off like that. But you know what I mean, I appreciate everybody just putting their footprint into the culture. What you think?
I think this is like hip hop always have like these little time spots like this where it looks like there's not talent coming, then it's a whole new wave that come, a whole new state that come pop in and bring life into it. I think that's what the game is going through right now. I think this was a great video breaking down how the best people that's doing hip hop is older. And it should be a new generation that's filling in the void. But like we said, we know what's happening to the young generation or the people that was in the places the fill a voids with untimely demises and getting locked up. And this is a crazy situation for hip hop. But thank God we have these guys that can still put out good music. The legends that they didn't just walk away and they